Hey there, CPO here, and be prepared to have your mind blown as I show you how a 5-tire rotation will help you get more tread life out of your tires, and I'll do it, with M&Ms. So let's get to it. All right, so every so often a discussion pops up about the 4-tire versus 5-tire rotation, particularly with Jeeps because we usually have a full-size spare tire. So first, let me show you the two different rotations. A 4-tire rotation is simply moving the rear tires to the front, crisscrossing the front tires to the rear, and leaving the spare in place. That is a 4-tire rotation. Now, a 5-tire rotation is the same, except we bring in the spare to the mix. And basically what we're doing is moving around in this pattern. Boom, and now we've integrated our spare tire into that mix. It's actually the same. The two rear tires go to the front. The fronts crisscross, except for this crisscross goes to the spare and the spare goes down. But it's pretty simple. What I like to do is just think of it as this sort of a pattern. Okay? So the question is, how do you get more tread life out of this rotation? And you really don't get more tread life. You just prolong the time that you need to buy new tires, because I'll show you here in a second, if you've got tires that need to be replaced, let's say at 50,000 miles, no matter what, when they hit 50, you need to replace them, you'll be able to drive your vehicle for 60,000 miles before you need to make that happen. And that is exactly a 20% increase in tire life. Now, you're not really getting more out of each tire. What you're doing is using all of the tires during this process, which gives you more time. So there are some benefits to doing a 4-tire. For example, if you are going to not touch your spare tire and only run 4 tires, and the next time you need tires, you only have to buy 4. This one is still brand new. That's basically it when it comes down to the pros. The cons are, if you leave this spare tire untouched all the time, eventually it may not be serviceable. It's going to dry rot. It's also going to be a larger diameter than maybe a well-used tire. So when you do have to bring it in because you have a flat tire, you're going to have different size tires to deal with. That could be a problem with speed sensors or limited slip differentials, things like that. Not a major problem, but it does exist. So the benefit of doing the 5-tire rotation is all your tires are going to be pretty much the same wear leveling. So when you need to bring in a spare, you don't have to really do anything extra. It's just going to sort of fit in naturally. You don't have to worry about your tire rotting. You know it's going to be serviceable and hold air because it keeps getting rotated through. And yeah. Oh, so there is one more benefit to the 5-tire rotation over the 4-tire, and that's just the ease of doing it. So if you do a 4-tire rotation, remember we're going to pull the back tires to the front tires are going to crisscross to the rear. You're going to have several tires off at the same time, because I've got this tire I need to put on the front, but I've got to get this tire off the front to make it happen. And I pull that off, and so that's got to be off before I can put that on. So you always have to have 2 tires off, which is not a big deal. You use jack stands, whatever. But with a 5-tire rotation, you really only have to remove 1 tire at a time. So you can do this pretty quickly and easily with a single jack, because basically what you're going to do is you're going to lift up this rear tire. Your spare is going to go right on, and then you're back on the ground. Now you're going to come lift the front, make the swap, and you're back on the ground. Go to the other side, lift, swap, back on the ground, and then again, lift, swap, back on the ground, and then to your spare. So I will say for a garage mechanic, a 5-tire rotation is actually easier than a 4-tire. But let's talk about this 20% gain. Let me show you. I'm a visual learner, so let me show you what this looks like so that you can understand it. So swap this back. This is a oddball tire, but I pulled this off of another vehicle. We'll use it for demonstration purposes. All right, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna put M&Ms on the tires. Those are gonna signify 10,000 miles on each tire. Each M&M is 10,000 miles. So when a tire hits 50,000 miles, that's it. It has to be replaced no matter what. And what we're gonna do is also track on the vehicle how many miles we're actually using the vehicle. So each of these green M&Ms will be 10,000 miles for the vehicle. So let's do this. First of all brand new tires, brand new vehicle, no miles on anything. We're gonna put 10,000 miles on the vehicle. And as you can imagine, that's gonna be 10,000 miles per tire, right? So now we're gonna do a rotation. We're gonna do a 5-tire rotation. Boom, just like that. We've got a tire with no miles on it. The rest have 10,000. Let's put another 10,000 miles on our Jeep. And of course, that's gonna mean we need to add the 10,000 on the tires. All right, rotate again. Another 10,000 miles on the Jeep means another 10,000 miles on the tires. So at the most, we've got 30,000 miles on these 2 tires. So we're still good to go. We don't have to worry about replacing anything yet. Okay. We will put another 10,000 on our Jeep. All right, so yeah, looking good here. We got 40,000 on this tire. The rest have 30,000. All right, we're gonna rotate again. Okay, we're gonna put now 50,000 miles on this Jeep. And these tires are gonna get more M&Ms. Okay, so we put 50,000 miles. So if we were running a 4-tire rotation, our tires would be used up. We'd have to replace all of these tires right now because they're at 50,000. However, if you look, we only have 4 M&Ms in these tires. Actually, in all of the tires right now. So even though we've driven 50,000 miles, our tires have 40,000 miles on them. I know, it blows my mind. Let's do another rotation. And it's just coincidental. We're back where we started with our spare tire up here. Now we put another 10,000 miles and boom, 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 and boom. So check it out. 60,000 miles on the Jeep. 6 M&Ms right there, all right? Yet our tires are just now hitting 50,000 miles. So we have to replace our tires because we said we're gonna replace them at 50 no matter what. But we did just drive 60,000 miles before we had to deal with it. Now our spare only has 40,000, but we're gonna replace that as well because it's nearing its end of life. But that is how you get 20% more time, more tread wear. You're not getting anything more out of each tire. What you're doing is spreading that mileage around with this extra spare tire so that you go longer, 20% longer before you have to worry about tire changes. So anyway, that is it. That is a demonstration, hopefully, that will help you visualize how the 5-tire rotation gets you extra mileage. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.